Good evening. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. We're about to reach week 4 after midnight tonight. I just want to say that the first 3 weeks have been fantastic with you guys with the posts and the discussion boards. I've loved it. This week we're going to be getting into the public decency crimes, but before we get into that, we're going to narcotics and public decency. Then we're going to finish up with the social contract and some more theories. I know you guys haven't had enough of them. Take these off. Sorry, I see my reflection there. Uh, we're going to be talking about, basically getting away from the whole biological ideas of why people commit crimes and look at the more social aspects, whether it's poor bonding, peer pressure, low self-esteem, a momentary lapse of stupidity, weighing the cost-benefit analysis of stealing a car versus going to jail, or robbing a bank, going to jail. We wrap up with some major theorists there. Then we're going to jump into public indecency crimes, specifically prostitution. There's theorists out there who think, whether prostitution is considered a crime or more of a public indecency nuisance that should be taken off the books. And a chunk of that chapter, I'm talking about chapter 8 now, discuss narcotics and the evolution of narcotics. It starts out with, prohibition. It goes into marijuana, goes into cocaine, heroin. Eventually we got into ecstasy. We're looking at other types of drugs right now, rohypnol, ketamine, marijuana being legalized, which, where you stand on that's entirely up to you, but it's a big controversy. We're starting to see old drugs come back. Out of Dallas now, being a police officer, we always see black tar heroin, and we see something called cheese come back every now and then. But really, for all intents and practical purposes, we're still dealing with big methamphetamines. Methamphetamines came around the 1970s. It's nothing really new except the way it's being processed and sold in the United States. We've had several laws to combat making it difficult for what we call these meth cooks to get the ingredients, especially in Texas and Oklahoma, New Mexico, Louisiana. One of those key ingredients being pseudoephedrine or Sudafed. The pseudoephedrine is a key component in that, and that's why if you guys are my age, you can remember the days where you could walk into a drugstore and buy as many boxes of Sudafed as you wanted. Well, now they realize that was a key ingredient, so you have to show your ID now and buy 1 or 2 boxes. Excuse me. And then they put you in a directory so the DEA can keep up with you. So it's a good chapter. It kind of explains how the evolution of narcotics, where we are today, especially with the war on drugs, the billions of dollars that drug makers or drug pushers use, and billions of dollars we're spending on combating drugs. And then we spent some time talking about prostitution. Some states want to legalize it. Some people still want to outlaw it. Again, it depends on where you live and what you're accustomed to. Some people say that prostitution is a business transaction. It's a victimless crime. I personally worked Vice for a while in Longview. It's not a victimless crime. We have prostitutes who are sexually assaulted all the time, addicted to drugs. I've had one case where a woman would put her kids in the bathroom as she was turning a trick or seeing someone for an hour, and if she screamed out a code word, the kids were given a cell phone to call the police, and that's how we found out that the kids were there, because there was a bad day where a guy was assaulting the woman, the prostitute, and the kids called 911, and we got there and helped her. He took off before we got there and got the kids out and got them in CPS. But it's a terrible lifestyle. I've never seen someone come out of prostitution and have it rich. They usually come out washed out on drugs and been abused sexually, physically, and emotionally scarred for the rest of their lives. So I think you'll find Chapter 8 really interesting. Discussion board question I'll have up tonight, as well as the interactive question. We've had a lot of stuff going on last week. If you guys are paying attention to the news, Baltimore had another in-death custody of an African American. So that city's kind of under the watchful eye of the America right now. Again, I always caution students and my colleagues to not be so quick to judge what happened. The facts aren't out. I'm one of those people that I don't really listen to the media in terms of their opinions. I want to see the facts and then make my own decisions and just see where the case is going to go. One of the things that the news keeps reporting is that these officers are on administrative leave, and they're getting paid. Well, a news flash for them is anytime an officer is involved in an in-custody death or shooting, and those of you who are law enforcement know this, we automatically have to go on administrative leave pending the investigation. So it could be a couple days, could be a couple months, but that's standard operating procedure anyways. That's not exactly meaning the officers were guilty. It just means that someone died in custody, so they're put on leave out of the department so they can do an investigation. So I'm going to be watching that story as it closely develops, and hopefully, we'll get to the bottom pretty quick, and Baltimore will, not see another Ferguson or go out of control like it's already starting to. Anyways, it's about it from here. Big things in my personal life. Both my little ones, I told you I got 5 kids. They tested positive for strep last week, so they're feeling better. Well, except the little one, my youngest, Miles, who just started walking the other day, full on his own. He's got to go back to the doctor tomorrow, so a prayer for him would be awesome. We're thinking he's just still got a respiratory thing he can't kick, as do I. I went back this week, and then like a silly man, I decided to try to run 6 miles today, and it was rough. It wasn't fun. So anyways, got more storms coming in tonight, so you guys be careful out there. Be sure to get your car windows up, and if you guys are commuting or driving around Texas, just be careful and mind the weather. I will be grading everything for this week tomorrow at the office. I'll have some downtime in the morning. I'll get your grades in pretty quick for this week. About the articles, apparently there was supposed to be a link in the library to articles. I'm going to call the librarian back about that and ask what she's talking about or what I was misinformed about. I've had a couple questions about researching articles, and what I'm looking for is if you go to something like NCJRS, which is the National Criminal Justice Research Center, go to Sam Houston State, Police Chiefs Magazine, any of those links, American Police Journal, Criminal Justice Quarterly, or something like that. Anything that's scholarly and been peer reviewed, meaning read by other professors and given their blessing, that's obviously academic quality as well as relevant to what we're talking about, I'm fine with it. I'm not going to say you have to specifically shop here for articles. I'm not that anal about it. So if you have any questions, email me as usual. You guys just have a great week. I know we got 2 weeks left, and I want us to finish strong and all make A's and do real well. So just keep doing what you're doing, and I will be engaging in in the discussion questions. I usually like to give you guys a week or two to get to know each other. Then I'm going to go in there and start poking some questions and asking for some more feedback. And I'm not taunting you at all. I always like to play devil's advocate on the discussion board. So when I start going in there and asking you questions about stuff, you don't have to do major research. I'm not looking for a dissertation. I'm just letting you know that I'm reading it. And I may want to take the discussion a little deeper. So it's okay. I promise you, it's not going to affect your grade at all. So you guys have a great week. If you guys need anything, send me a call or a text or an email, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Take care. Bye.